Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
So you really should look at doing demo trades or trading with a simulator for a while until you've really worked out a system that works for you. And every trader has a system that's completely different than the next. I mean, even for traders that, say, trade breakouts, they're looking at different things a lot of times than the next person that trades a breakout. So something that works for somebody else might not necessarily work for you. That's why I focus upon looking at building blocks as opposed to price patterns per se, because anybody can basically learn how to read these building blocks. And somebody might say, well, I only trade bull flags. Well, you might only trade bull flags, but you might not understand what goes into really a good bull flag as opposed to something that's going to serve as a trap. So looking at the building blocks that create these bull flags are really going to help you understand what the difference is between these setups as well as what works best for you. A trading journal is something that really everybody here should be keeping. You should be keeping a printout of each and every trade that you take that shows where your entries are and that shows where your exits are, that you can go back and look through these and really see clearly what strategies are working for you as opposed to those that you think might be working for you or you think you really like but really aren't giving you the rewards that you had expected. Kevin asks, do I avoid Fed days or any other no-trade days? No, but I will say that I generally avoid trading a couple of hours ahead of the Fed and an hour after the Fed. This is because right after the Fed, you do have so many more of these tails. You have a lot whippier action. Your execution skills have to be really, really good, and even then you can get some really strong slippage. So generally speaking, I'm just going to stay out of that craziness that comes from directly after the Fed. A lot of traders you also want to be careful of because your data streams can become a little bit delayed as well. So you might think something is trading at one price, but really it's a little bit farther away. So that type of thing can be a really high risk. But other than that, there's not really any other no-trade days for me. The day before a holiday is often really slow, but sometimes there's still some great trends and some great setups. But usually I'm not going to be as diligent of making sure I'm around or making sure I'm really looking for setups as much on those types of days. So basically the day before a major U.S. holiday or even a major overseas holiday from trading Forex, and then a couple of hours surrounding Fed announcements, I will tend to stay out. Well, thank you guys for coming. I greatly appreciate the opportunity, and there's a really great crowd here today. So I hope you guys aren't too stuffed still from your Thanksgiving vacations. It's kind of still getting back into the groove of things. If you have any additional questions for me, you can reach me at tonihansen.com. So that's TONIHANSEN.com. And there's a little contact box in the upper right-hand corner, so you can send any other questions or anything like that to me there. So thanks again for having me, ISE, and I will see you again at the start of the new year.
And on behalf of everyone who was able to join us tonight, and definitely on behalf of the ISE, we wanted to thank you for presenting on this very relevant topic. As we mentioned earlier, you can access the webinar is archived and will be available tomorrow morning on fxoptions.com/events. And just also look for the email that we're going to be sending out tomorrow. So thanks again, everyone, and just make sure to check out our full schedule and on FX Options. and join us next week where we have Jack Crooks presenting on currency options plays in either market. Thanks again, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts.